The Coaching Corner Holiday Special. Thank you for joining us. We're going to do another year in review. We did this last year and the year before. It really went very well. And it's based on your request of things you'd like to see again. Well, we had a lot of Q&As. Some of the questions you guys asked.
Actually, I had a question. Most of your stuff is geared toward acting, and I just wondered if you knew anything about choreography and dance, how that works.
What do you mean, how it works?
Well, basically choreography, because I developed the choreography reel, and most of my choreography is geared toward concert dance, ballet and modern, stuff like that. And so I wanted to switch over to do more musical theater type stuff.
Well, it's funny you bring up ballet. I just went to my first performance of Swan Lake a couple of months ago. I was very impressed how all those dancers for that period of time could be up on their toes like they were, and thinking to myself, how hard that must be. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, well, why don't they just hire taller dancers?
We're supposed to be ourselves. How do we play a character?
You are the character. That's why they hired you. That's why they brought you in. You have to find that within you and use you. I mean, that's the whole point of it, is that every person has their unique personality that makes them their own character. So you don't become anything. You are it.
I know that last time you mentioned that when you go to an audition, there should be no nudity involved.
No, you never take your clothes off in an audition, ever, under any... I don't even take my clothes off when I go to the doctor. Well, I take that back. The last 2 times I was in, he did make me take all my clothes off. But it's okay, because he's really a very, very good dentist. Then there were our guests. First, David Stollery, former child actor, and he worked with some of the greatest legendary actors of all time. Watch.
Yeah, when I got Child Actor of the Year, that was for the show on Broadway, and that was On Borrowed Time with Victor Moore and Beulah Bondi and Leo G. Carroll. That is not a show that is done very often, because the part for the child is the largest part ever written for a child actor. The kid is just on the stage throughout the entire 3 acts, just constantly.
I mentioned on the intro of the show some of the great legends you worked with. Bing Crosby, of course, we've already talked about. Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, and Lucille Ball. How old were you when you worked with Lucy?
It's probably 8, I believe. I was.
That's you on the right, and Sammy Ogg there on the left.
Sammy Ogg played the brother. We played a pair of incorrigible twins. That at the end of that show, after the audience is still there, that Desi Arnaz, and he was a pretty in-shape guy, and we were fairly small kids at that time, and he picked both of us up and carried us out in front of the audience and, asked for a round of applause for the performance that we did.
Oh, and you got to do a song and dance routine with Lucille Ball. This time you're on the left, Sammy's on the right. What was she like to work with?
Most of the people that I worked with at that time as a child were real professionals. They came out of live theater. They came out of vaudeville. I mean, these were real pros. And I think all of them, Lucille Ball, Red Skelton, everything went out live. You rehearsed for 2-3 days, and then usually on a Thursday or Friday when the show went out, they brought in a live audience, and you did the entire show live. If there were any screw-ups, if a door got stuck on the set, if somebody accidentally knocked a vase over on the floor, somebody missed their line or forgot their line, they just had to make it work into the scene at that time. And people like Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz, Red Skelton, Alan Young, they were just excellent at this. In fact, most of the time, it came out better than the original script was written.
And something else you wanted to see again. Tell me about yourself and what have you been doing lately. Now, this is something that's going to come up when you go on an interview with an agent or possibly with a casting director in a general interview.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from New Hampshire. I went to school in Virginia. After I graduated, I actually spent about 3 months living out of my car. While I was still working and I was still doing some shows, some theater shows. I did it kind of voluntarily and decided after the 3 months that I would pick up my bags and move out to California. And so here I am.
Okay, so what did you do in Red Mountain?
I played this undead creature that was buried underground for like 500 years. It's pretty crazy because I had to do about 6.5 hours of makeup. Get up at like 2:30 in the morning till about 9. It's crazy.
All right. Thank you, Randy. Now we have Jesse Sherman. Hi, Jesse.
Hi.
How are you?
Doing great, thanks.
Good. Oh, it looks like you're in Angels in America. That's cool. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it was amazing. I played the character of Harper, which is one of the title characters, and it was an unbelievably challenging role because she's an agoraphobic. She's a Mormon, and her husband is homosexual, and she's addicted to Valium. So it was a lot of tough themes to play, but I feel like it was a really important show that had a lot that pertained to what's going on in society now. So it was really, really rewarding.
And there was one thing that you guys requested more than anything else, point counterpoint. Minna Brighton, David Farkas, 2 completely different viewpoints of acting.
So how long will it take you, looking at a script, let's say it's a 100-page script, and you have 400 lines, okay, in this script. You're a co-lead.
Well, it's
right?
a lot of work.
It is a lot of
Why
work.
do you?
How long will that take you to go through?
I don't know.
You know what I do? I memorize the script, and then I go. And so when I'm on set and I get rewrites and I have 8 minutes to memorize it, I'm good to go. So let me ask you this.
Okay.
You have a script. You have a co-lead. It's a 100-page script. You have at least 400 lines. How long is it going to take you to go through that script, sense memory, every single point in there, figure out your mannerisms, figure out what you had for breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast? How long is that going to take you?
It's probably going to take a while. I'll probably have to get drunk to get through all the blind spots.
We're going to have to try that again. That was a lot of fun. A couple of people I want to thank. Gary Marsh, president of Breakdown Inc., Seth Coltan over at VCN for all of your support during the year. The actors here in North Hollywood at the Actors Workshop in Orange County. And to you for joining us every week on the Coaching Corner. We really appreciate it. Without your support, we wouldn't be here. Have a very happy holiday, a very Merry Christmas, and a very prosperous 2010.